Hey Lovies, welcome back to another Witchy Wednesday. Super excited to unbox December 2021 Witch's Moon box. Haven't been on here for a while, been taking a little bit of a break, but I'm really excited to share this with you. I've known some friends have reached out to me and said that they are not disappointed with this month's box, and it may be a little bit different for me, so I'm really looking forward to it. So let's unbox this. Let's see what kind of spell work we can get out of it, and then I will kind of come back at the end, let you know what's coming up new for the channel, let you know what's coming up new for the shops. So if you want to check that out as well, I'll leave a timestamp below. But for today, let's open up the December Witch's Moon box. All right, I have my little Santa, or what we like to call in my house, the Holly King mug. Had the caramel macchiato creamer in my coffee. So good, so good. Okay, so it's pretty heavy, you guys. I'm kind of a little shook right now. I don't know what to expect. I feel like I don't think this is going to be Sabbath based, but let's see. Oh, I'm already seeing like evergreens and stuff, so I may be wrong, but let's take a look. Okay, so let's look at the card. Love getting these. Be honest. Interesting card for this month. Be honest. And I think that is great. I think that is great as we wind down, as we come indoors, spend time with family, to prep for in bulk and kind of grow new intentions, new goals and plan and things like that. I think to end the year and start the new year, it's really the best way to be is honest. And I love the third eye. I love how colorful this is. It's beautiful. So really good keyword for the December box, I think, and for me, is to be honest with myself. And that's why I'm taking a break, kind of spending some time with my spiritual practice. I think it's so important that if you're losing the balance, if you're working too hard and not spending enough time with your family, or you're spending more time with your family and not enough time meditating and your pre-work and your daily work, it's all about the balance, right? And you have to be honest with yourself and know when to say no, when to take a little break, and when to kind of just do a little refresh on your life. That's what's been happening with me, so I hope that resonates with you guys during this Yule season. So let's see. Whoa, I'm like so excited. Let's see. A Yuletide Destiny. I'm super excited about this. I love Yule. One of the goals this year was to finish all of my story times, and I didn't get very far, but I absolutely adore my own rendition of the King brothers, the Oak and Holly King. So Yuletide traditions are very important to me and my family. If you guys are interested, I would love to do more of a traditional video. I've talked a little bit about that in my Yule log video, but if you want more, I can totally do more. But Yule, I love getting my family involved. I love getting my husband involved. So I'm really excited to see what they have here. Let's read. As we journey towards Yule and the winter solstice, we slow down to celebrate and enjoy the time we have with friends and family and acquaintances. That's exactly what I just said. During this time, we relax, appreciate, and ponder, allowing our mind and spirit to find meaning and purpose in what has been gifted to us during these dark months. Within these long and mysterious nights, we delve into symbols of our destiny. We find comfort in knowledge we have gained and the light that is soon to be born again. In this truly special collection, we finally reveal an exclusive project we have been working on for almost 2 years. Okay, I think I've been with Witch's Moon for maybe a year and a half with some breaks in between. So interesting. Within these celebratory and meaningful items, we offer a sense of comfort and a unique tool that is sure to bring insights into the path ahead. Interesting. So I think we're going to get a tool. Love it. I love it. I'm getting goosebumps. I absolutely love it. God, I love these cards that they come with. I love, 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 love them. So, and it's nice just to kind of, you can even copy this into your own grimoire or kind of put this in a special type of like padding, or put, you know, kind of sew this or glue this on top of another piece of paper, make it a little bit mixed media. Love these smaller type of poems and little things that they give you. Remembered and reborn. Within the shadows of the long night, deep within my rights, I find comfort upon the candlelight. O goddess, I'm so grateful for the blessings given. I'm so honored to have gained so much. For within these dark months, my spirit and practice have forever been touched. Within my shadows, I have found that strength and perseverance are abounded, and with each step of clearest sight, I stand unbothered and full of might. As we soon celebrate the light reborn, we honor, remember, and adorn. We shed our pain, our heart, and angst, and walk upon the foundation laid. Within the shadows of the long night, deep within my rights, I find comfort upon candlelight. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. Love, love, love that. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, Tasseomancy! And look what I have. You guys, this is, I had no idea, honestly. This is great because I actually have my teacups that I've been doing wax in. And I have smells, crystals, and herbs that are very geared towards intentions as you're burning it and smelling the scent. So that's so funny. I've been really working with reading wax. So when you burn my witch's wick all the way down, you can get a symbol very much like Tasseomancy, and you read the wax where you can pour the wax onto the saucer. I absolutely love, love, love divination that works with tea leaves, that works with wax. That way it's very different to me than the tarot, which I'm reading more symbology, alchemy, you know, art and things like that. With Tasseomancy, it's never the same. It's always a different reading, and it's really, really nice to do with others as well. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Let's see. Okay, so they show you, these are like some of the symbols. So I know a lot about Tasseomancy, so I'll read into this and look. The way you turn your cup, you know, counterclockwise is to gain something. Counterclockwise is to banish. There's a lot that goes into Tasseomancy, so this is a great, great divination style to have during Yule, especially something warm, something hot, something with your friends and family. So Tasseomancy is a divination or fortune-telling method which interprets patterns in the tea leaves, coffee grounds, or wine sediments. Yep, very true. What else? And then it just tells you, I love this artwork. So good. It's so good. And it's just interesting because I've been working a lot with wax and teacups and things like that. So and I was going to say this at the end, but I've been working a lot with the teacups. So this is going to be posted on the Apothecary shop. I'll link that below. And I've also been doing vintage vessels, which I've been pouring wax into, but these cups have been really doing well. They've been really kind of flying off the shelf. So if you want to get yourself a wax and very much, you know, I think that's Ceromancy, and this is Tasseomancy with leaves. Okay, so a Yuletide blessing, benedictio. That's so great. So, oh, okay. So they give you the ingredients to make the Yuletide blessing. Oh, wow, let's do that today. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do that today, and it's going to be really fun. So ingredients, if I have it. So a magic cup, a dark brewed tea, sacred oil to anoint I'm assuming that's the cup, a candle bright to illuminate the night, and herb salt to draw the vault. Interesting. Mantra. I'm grateful to exist. I'm grateful to be a part of the whole world. All right, so I'm not going to read too much on this. Let's take a second and kind of go through the box, and let's see what kind of spell work, and let's practice a little bit of Tasseomancy. Okay. Oh. All right, so this is the muslin bag. So obviously they're gonna give you tea. I think that's a tea that you're meant to use with the spell work. Winter's Prophecy, ritual herbal tea. Let's take a look. Let's smell. Oh, that smells good. That smells like cloves and, let's see, cinnamon, very, and like spicy tea, which I love. I love like a hot chai, vanilla chai, so good. Okay, the golden bough. So boughs, like maybe this is like kind of greens. Oh, mistletoe. I love this mistletoe. This is such a good. I'm like really flabbergasted already at this this box. I haven't gone far, but mistletoe is so good to add to, you know, some of your, if you wanted to make some wax candles, if you wanted to dress your candles, mistletoe is so good. Fertility, abundance, prosperity, like golden bough. So I love this, and I don't have any mistletoe, so that's great to add to my apothecary.
The Druids revered mistletoe. They used to cut it with a golden sickle at midsummer, and that's why it's called golden boughs. Mistletoe is so great for fertility, protection. It even can ward off negativity. Just be careful when using the berries of mistletoe because they are poisonous.
Let's see what else we got here. Mulling spices. Oh, I love mulled wine and mulled spices. Oh God, let's open this one up. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna smell so good. Maybe like another form of like spice. Maybe a little bit more on the citrusy side. That's what I would like. I would love to have some type of citrus in here. That would be good. If we're going to talk about Yule, we should have some citrus. And there you go. This is definitely like orange peel, allspice, things like that. So, yep. So that's perfect.
Dating back to 2nd century Rome, mulling was a practice used with wine that was heated and infused with various spices and herbs. So they're bringing back that tradition here with orange peel, allspices, cloves, and cinnamon. Again, this is very similar to wassail that I have linked below. Winter's Prophecy was a tea that stimulates energies from the witch's moon. So its main purpose is to be used for the Tasseomancy. It's made with black tea, orange peel, and cinnamon. Beautiful, beautiful mix, and I can't wait to try it later.
I do have a video on wassail, so very similar to mulled wine. Wassail is also a drink that I make every year for when my parents come over for Yule dinner. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. It's so yummy. My recipe is so yummy. And you can make it spiced, not spiced. All right, let's open up Yule Sin. Cinnamon? Oh God, that smells so good. That smells so, so good. Yeah, Yule cinnamon, but it's a little bit more fresh than cinnamon. It's less spicy and more on the cool side. Oh yeah, that smells so good. It smells like a freaking Christmas shop. It's so good. It smells so good. I cannot wait to burn that. All right, what else do we have? All right, we have the candle, which I think is going to be used for our spell. Love the green. The green represents the god in my tradition for Yule. So when I make the Yule log, I have green, red, and white. Green's for God, red's for goddess, and white is for purity and newness and growth. So love the green candle. Has a little bit of a spice to it. Maybe it's using this oil. Let's check that out.
This candle is called Gratitude and Growth Spell Candle. It's meant to bring the intentions of calm and serene energies into your space. As you allow the flame from this candle to dance before you, take time to ponder and reminisce over the accomplishments of your past and the exciting journey that stands before you.
Yuletide anointing oil. I'm obsessing over all of this. I'm so obsessing over all this. Oh, this smells good. This smells so good. It smells like cedar. It smells like cedar, berries, maybe balsam. It's a type of like evergreen. It smells like evergreen and a little bit of sweetness, like maybe berries. So good.
The Yule Magic Anointing Oil was created with the intentions of bringing the energies of hope, renewal, and gratitude to your space during this time. This oil can be used to create blends or anoint items such as your candle. It's made with anise, clove, pine, and cedarwood. Pine and cedarwood, that's the like very evergreen smell that I'm getting. So good and so magical for renewal.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Winter blessings. It smells so good. Oh, this is different. Smells like mint. It smells like maybe peppermint. Yeah. Maybe even stronger than that, like spearmint. And a little bit of citrus. Maybe like a citrusy spearmint, peppermint type of moment. So we'll read up on that.
The Winter Blessing Sacred Salt is meant to create comfort, and it's exactly what I thought it was. It's orange and spearmint oils, as well as spearmint, rosemary, lemon balm, bay, basil, and linden leaf. Really nice mixture and really soothing. I can see where they get the comfort.
I'm going really fast because I'm just so excited, and I want to definitely do the spell. So I have to do that, record that, and then try to make it for maybe a premiere because I haven't seen you guys in a minute. Okay, do we have anything else? Okay, so we got one herb. Yeah, we went through that. So the one herb and then 2 teas. I'm assuming that this is going to be a teacup. I have loads of teacups now, but it's nice. Maybe they have, you know, the inscriptions inside to help you learn tasseography. So we'll go through that in depth of how I learn. I think I might have a video. I'm not too sure. If I do, I'll link it below, but let's see. I'm hoping that they have that because that's nice for beginners. You know, the planetary symbols and things like that. Yep. The zodiac. This is sick, you guys. This is so sick. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Let's open this up. Oh, this is so good. I cannot wait to play with this. This is so good. When you get a little bit better in your readings, you're going to want to migrate out of this into something that's more clear. So that way it's the symbols is not really it's not clouding your reading and is not becoming too distracting. I think you'll know like where what it means to have a leaves in the top, in the middle, at the end, closer to your handle. That it's all very relative. So this is great for beginners, but once you really start learning tasseography, you really want this to be as clear as possible. So that way you get a really nice clear reading and nothing, you know, that you don't have little other specks that are clouding your message. But let's take a look at this and let's do some spell work. I'm really excited. I think that I usually do the unboxings on Witchy Wednesday and do the spell work on Spellcraft Sunday, but I'm gonna do it all today. I think I like doing that for you guys instead of just doing an unboxing. I think there's so many unboxings. I think it's a little bit more helpful to have it all in one video. If you agree, let me know. And we'll just continue doing Spellcraft Sundays, you know, throughout the year. Okay, so I hope that you liked this month's Witch's Moonbox unboxing. So before I get to the spell work, which I'm really excited about, I just want to share with you the new things that are coming for Lipstick Legion Craft in 2022. The first thing that I'm going to finish, I didn't get a chance to finish last year, and it's very important to me that I create things for the youth of our community. I create stories on YouTube to narrate, to create, to share with your families at any time, bedtime or during the Sabbath. And I really think it's important to get children involved, especially through audio learning. So I'm going to continue doing the story time. I now have a whole collection. You'll see that on the story times playlist. And just listen in. And I'm so proud of The Longest Night. I'll leave that linked below, but I encourage you guys to get your families, play my story maybe before a dinner if you're trying to get your family into the traditions. So that way it's easier for you to explain, you know, some of the traditions behind my personal practice. So story time is going to finish. New for 2022 is we're going to do some witchy planning. I'm not going to put it on a day. Witchy Wednesday and Spellcraft Sunday gives me enough challenge to make sure that I create content and upload it on those days. So I think it's going to be the first week of every month. We'll take a look at, is there a Sabbath on that month? What are the new moons, the full moons? Let's take a look at the almanac, what we can do, what we can practice. What are my thoughts? I think that will be a really fun addition to the channel. What's coming new for the beginning of next year is that we're finally going to launch the Apothecary here on YouTube. I'm so excited. I've worked really hard. Some of the break was to get more products in, like the Witch's Wicks. This was the last thing to be added to the Apothecary. So now that it's in a good place, I have all the things that I've wanted to do and create for the shop. I'm going to launch a grand opening video, and I'm either going to launch the video and then follow it up by maybe a live sale here on YouTube, so you can meet me, you can see some of the products live, but I'm really excited. And that's it. So those are the announcements that I have for next year. Super excited. So let's get to the fun part and let's make some spell work. Okay, so super excited to work on the spell portion or the divination portion of this box. I love that they're doing Tasseomancy. We reviewed that before, so super excited to kind of maybe not show you exactly what they provided in the box, and we'll go through what they have. We could take little bits of that and kind of incorporate it into what I like to kind of really give you a general feel of how Tasseomancy works, and really help you guide to make your own first reading, whether it be with the Witch's Moon box, and we can go over all these symbols in a bit, or I can show you how to generically read tea leaves the way I think that they're supposed to be read. So let's get started. Okay, first and foremost, let's go over some of the things that I have for today, so that way you can kind of follow along should you want to learn how to do Tasseomancy. You're going to need a cup. It could be a mug, it can be a teacup, it can be a lot of things, as long as I would hope that it's round, it's large enough. Like, you don't want to have a teacup that's very small. You want to have it long and very easy to read symbols and read either the tea leaves or even coffee suds, coffee grinds, wine sediments, all of the good things. You want to have a spoon handy to mix your tea when you're pouring it. You want to have your hot water. I have this beautiful, beautiful vintage teapot. And we have the candle. This is the green candle that came in the Witch's Moon box that we went over. You want to have a vessel to burn your candle in. I'm using these guys that you can find on my apothecary shop. We have the Yule anointing oil. We have the mistletoe from the box, and we also have, this is my personal stash of the longest night herbal incense. So I'll be mixing this along with the mistletoe. This is really chock full of good stuff, like frankincense, juniper, a whole bunch of really awesome yummy. So this is available in my apothecary as well. So we're going to want to get your tea. I always suggest having very fine tea. The finer the tea, the better the message. And then you can gradually go up to bigger loose leaf tea. So this is pretty good. If you are a beginner, I wouldn't really get teas that have like oranges, slices like this. I would very highly suggest just getting very fine grounded tea leaves, so that way you can get a really clear picture, because this may distort your message. But let's just go with it since we have it in the Witch's Moon. Okay, so something like this, around this much. You don't want to put too little of the leaves, or because you won't get a message. You won't get as nice clumps around your cup, and you don't want to put too much where it's just oversaturated and it's really hard to grab a message. So around this, I love this little eye here, so pretty. So around this much is a perfect amount for your tea. Take your teapot and pour some, maybe like 75% of the way. If you are using Witch's Moon's cup, right to where the border is the perfect amount. You're gonna want to take a spoon, give it a nice stir so that everything is nice and coated with the water, and you're gonna want to let that steep for about 3 to 5 minutes. While we are waiting for this to steep, we can go ahead and work on our candle. The candle that we get from the Witch's Moon smells really, really good. However, the meaning and the purpose of, I feel like the whole box is really about gratitude this Yule Sabbath. And we all know that Yule is a really good time to lock up, spend time with family, really think about all the little things that really mean a lot to us, do some ancestral work. It's very, very great time to do that. And very much like Ostara, it's a good time to practice gratitude. So it goes on to tell you, especially with this candle, and we'll do that now, and I'll speak on it while we're anointing it with our Yule oil that we've gotten, that this time of year, it's so easy to get distracted by like all like the disappointments of things that haven't happened. You know, we get kind of caught up in the notion of wanting more. You know, we see that all around with us, with people shopping, going beyond their means, and really kind of not coming to the terms of what the season really means, and that's about gratitude and really looking at the things that you have and appreciating them. So understanding that in the bigger picture of life, how busy it can be and overwhelming it can be for some of you at this very moment, just know that, you know, it all starts and ends with gratitude. And life, no matter how hard it may be for you right now, is a blessing. And I think that's what this box is really tailored to, is the notion of the blessing. So we anointed our candle with that. And then we're going to take our holly, which is really good for fertility, really good for me right now. We're going to just kind of dress the candle, press it in certain places. I love these beeswax candles because they're really easy to dress. You can just press them in, or you can melt this. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some of my longest night herbal incense, and I'm also going to dress the candle. This all smells so good. It has such a holiday vibe to it. It's so nice, and it's very warming. And I think that's another purpose of the witch's moon, is to be very warming, very in tune with, you know, taking a look at your family, looking at the abundance of what you guys share, taking a look, reflecting on this past year or this current year that we're in. How did your family grow? What are some of the successes? These are the things that we tend to often forget, and our disappointments and our anxiety mask those things, you know? So what we're doing today is trying to bring gratitude and know that life is a blessing. So we're going to melt some of this so we can stand our candle in our vessel. We're doing this in your home. I would take the moment while this is burning and kind of pulling up with wax to just meditate on the things that you want answered from the cup. So if we're going with this month's box, think about maybe questions that are linked to gratitude, to blessings. You know, think about certain ways that maybe you can express gratitude more, get a message. Maybe one of your questions is how I can be more open and accepting for next year. Maybe one of your questions can be, how can I show more appreciation to the people that I love, my family and friends? Another question maybe that I can really use is, how can I do more balance? How can I create more balance in my life? Like, all of these things I think are great questions to do during Yule time. Okay, I think we have a good amount. Let's stick our candle in, and we can just leave that right back there and bring our tea back out. So by this time, it's been about 3 to 5 minutes, maybe even longer if you are meditating, which is fine. So what you're going to want to do now that your tea has been steeped, is you're going to want to drink some of it, but leave a nice pool of liquid, so that way flip it over to your saucer and swirl it. The leaves have at least a little bit of movement before you turn it right side up and get your message. Okay, so I've sipped, meditated some more, thought upon some questions, and we're going to take a saucer. Did I not get a saucer in I can't remember now. If the witch's moon didn't give a saucer, which I don't think we got, very strange because you need a saucer to kind of flip your cup over, turn it around, and gather some of the juice. You can even put like a paper towel if you wish. I like to read the plate too. You can do that, and we'll go over that. But the next step you're going to want to do after you've drank some of your tea is you're going to want to flip this over. And you're going to want to swirl it. So swirling it clockwise is things that you want to attract, things that you want to bring forward to you, things that you want to manifest. Turning it counterclockwise are things that you want to repel, banish, protect yourself from, things like that. So I think with the new year, and I think with the Yule and wanting to get more gratitude, more blessings, and kind of figure out ways of how we can work better spiritually, I'm going to turn this clockwise 3 times. 1, 2, 3. After I've turned it 3 times, I'm going to place my hands over, and I'm going to actually use the mantra that the witch's moon uses. So I'm going to say, I'm grateful to exist. I'm grateful to be a part of the whole. And I'm going to say that a few times, 3 times if that feels good to you. I'm grateful to exist. I'm grateful to be a part of the whole. I'm grateful to exist. I'm grateful to be a part of the whole. And then we're going to tap it 3 times. I tap everything 3 times, even my tarot readings. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. We're going to flip the cup over, and this is what you would get. Like a bunch of soft leaves around the top, around the bottom. You can even have some leaves on the dish. So when you take a look at this, right away, you're just like, all I see is leaves. And very much like any divination style, you want to break it down all the way down until it starts to make sense. And then after repetitive use, it'll just start to click. So first and foremost, when it comes to what to look for, so the clumps, take a look at, first of all, how does your cup kind of read at first glance? Are there a lot of clumps in one area and not in any? Is it very much like open and kind of symmetrical and evenly spaced, almost like mine is? Is there more towards the bottom than the top? So take a little journal and evaluate your clumps and what the patterns you see. The next thing, when it comes to symbols, when you're reading symbols, there are 3 main types of symbols. There's a universal symbol, which is a generic symbol with a common understanding. So when you start to get into Tasseomancy and you start to actually look at the symbols, these are symbols like, let's just say, let me see if I can find one here. Maybe this one here. This is maybe like a heart. So if you see a heart symbol, that is a universal symbol that's universally known for both for you and your querent, which is the person who's getting the reading. There is a fixed symbol, a symbol that means the same thing to you, but not necessarily to others. And this is when it starts to get really, really interesting, because I always suggest that you create your own symbols. Start to write a book, and very much, the Witch's Moon doesn't give you tasseography symbols. They just give you the meanings of like the zodiac and the planetaries. But when you start to get used to reading, write down the symbols, create your own symbols and meanings, and see what they mean to you. Those are fixed symbols that you created. They come up in your reading. They are known to you, but no one else. Then you have completely unique symbols. The third type is a unique, where the tea leaf is giving you a symbol that's unique to this reading. They come and go. It's not necessarily universal or fixed just to you. It's fixed to the reading. So I might get a symbol here that I see, and it makes sense to my reading. But if I see it again, it may not make sense to that reading. It's just a symbol for this standalone reading. Now, let's take a look at the placement. And you guys, I'm hoping that this is giving you some good exercise and learning about tasseography. Like, definitely stop this video, rewind it, come back to it, take notes, because I'm going through a lot. And we haven't even gotten to the reading yet, but this is really important, and I do really, really enjoy Tasseomancy, almost just as much as the tarot. So the top, which is where this little border is, that's going to be your present. In the middle section, right here, right in between your border and this line right there, is going to be your near future. And then this is your future, this area right here, your distant future. So this is basically your outcome, which I love how they're doing here with the eye, like insight. So again, this is present, this is near future, future, and like distant future, the outcome. You can even do this during moon phases. So if you're wanting something to kind of go away and you're turning it counterclockwise, you might want to work with the tea leaves that are waxing. So if this is your cup, you're holding your handle to you. Here is waxing, and closest to you is waning. So depending on the moon phase and how you want to do your spell work throughout the moon phases also matters. Yeah, and I think for now, that's the best that I can tell you. And the closer to the handle, so this area here, I would think that it's this section right here. Anything that falls within there is really about you. It's about yourself. It's about your home. All right, so a lot of information. So let's get to reading my leaves. Okay, so something I find really interesting in my future spot is the horse. Can you see that? Let me see if I can take the spoon. Okay, so right here, if you can see, that is the head with the mane. It has a body, a tail, and then it has the legs. Can you see a horse there? It's right here. So interesting. And the horse obviously is a very big indicator that the goddess is with me, because Rhiannon is very closely linked to horses. But not only is this a goddess representation, and this is an amazing message and symbol, but I think for the future, I really have to see what the horse is all about. What is this telling me? So when I think about gratitude and how I can improve myself and how I can, kind of be in tune with what I already have, love the things I already have, what this tells me is that I need to kind of tame and really understand and work with my inner guides. And that's an answer. That's an answer to what can I do a little bit differently next year? Or, how can I go about getting more balance into my life, which is, really what this card that I got is all about, the honesty card, right? And the horse, as loyal, smart, driven, passionate it is, that's when it's tamed. When it's not tamed, when my life is not balanced and I'm not putting the work into kind of giving myself some self-love and things like that, it's just wild. Right? You have a wild horse, doesn't have any direction, is just a roamer that is quite the opposite of inspiration. It's, you get laggy, and I feel like I'm getting that way. I feel like, because it was such a busy year, I fell out of balance. I didn't tame myself. I didn't use the proper things to keep myself in check. And now things are just kind of out of whack. I'm kind of, losing a lot of energy, and that's what I feel that this horse symbolizes. And that's just, it shot out at me. Like this symbol, some of the symbols would just shoot right out of you. And some of them, I think it's best to take a picture with this with your cell phone, put a copy into your grimoire and come back to it. Meditate, sleep on it, come back to it, and then really think about it throughout the week and try to pick apart symbols. But for right now, that is what jumps out at me. And then present is the heart that we mentioned earlier, this little heart symbol right here. It's at the Pisces, which I believe Pisces is all about the home. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for right now. I do spend a lot of time home, and I've been having a lot of cabin fever. And I think these two are connected with kind of wanting to break free, wanting that freedom. That's all about the horse, but having still the love that it takes to stay home. Because working from home, if you guys work from home, it really gets old because you're working from home, you're at home, your significant other comes home, and then you're hanging out at night, watching TV, having dinner. It's like you never really leave the house. And I don't want the home to be like the thing that, makes me resent being home. And that's where the horse comes from. That's with me finding balance, going out, spending time with my coven. Like, it's all kind of relative. And just from this reading, I can kind of get a good grasp of what I should work on. And that's the beauty of Tasseomancy. Thank you so much for hanging in this really long video. I hope that you've learned some things for Tasseomancy and that you can take home and practice yourself. And I really hope that you enjoyed the unboxing. Looking forward to doing more Eula Day videos, so I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.